Okay, see, this is what I was telling you. See how we just showed this in real time that these two are full of shit, right? See, we just did it in real time, did we not? Here's 2 days ago. Doubts emerge about U.S. China trade deal. China wants more talks before signing trade deal. China wants another round of talks before signing phase one. If they don't have it in writing, guys, like I showed you, they didn't on Friday whenever Trump was touting big trade deal, trade deal, trade deal. Stock market shot up like, several hundred points because of it. So if it's not in writing, it's not a deal. And I compared it to my sister-in-law buying a house, right? Because she's doing that right now. And I would tell her not to go around telling people that you bought a house if you don't have anything from the realtor or anything in the bank in writing. Because you can compare this stuff, maybe make it, break it down so it's easier for the everyday person to understand, because somehow these two are still credible after a year. So you see how I'm not leading you astray, because I've been telling you all year this trade deal is not coming, and just till last video I said, well, maybe it's coming, but it's not until December. But at the very least, it's not until December. But I didn't even start saying that until this month. All up until this month, I've been telling you no, 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 while these guys have been saying yes, 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 yes. So let me ask you this. Whenever this guy is on Friday shouting about the trade deal, why is he going along with it? Why didn't they say, look, we still want to talk. We didn't really agree to anything. Why didn't he say that? Now they're saying it. Why? Because it's all stage, it's all show. Just like the impeachment stuff, right? Showed you 2 years ago. I said Trump impeachment surprise October. Just took just a little bit early is all. Wasn't sure which year in this presidency it was going to be, but I knew it was going to come up. And when did they start it? When did Pelosi come out and say that shit? That really started the wildfire, the fire. It was September 24th. 6 days away from October. So we'll see what happens. Because impeachment doesn't mean removal from office. It doesn't even necessarily mean anything other than just a bruise on your presidency. That's it. I mean, that's what happened to Clinton. The dude was impeached and didn't. The dude was still there. But the point was, because how much of this impeachment was there any kind of impeachment stuff like this with Obama? No, there wasn't. It wasn't anything like this. I hear they were demanding it last night in the Democratic debate. So the point was hey, this impeachment stuff is going to be the forefront in October, I think. And then here we are, 6 days before October this year, and here we are. And that's all been not just because I'm some sort of genius. It's because you can just look at it from history and compare it to the astrology the astrology of everything, and it's like, hey, weird. It's a pattern. It's not that hard to figure out. So here's impeachment's front and center, baby, and here we are in October. It's all a joke. Have we had a trade deal? No, we haven't. Who said that we would? So see how I'm not leading you astray, but this guy is? I tell you the flooding was going to get real bad? Yeah, I did. You're going to see record flooding, even more because the cosmic rays coming in. 19 million acres is what USDA says. I mean, I'm just telling you what they're telling you. 19 million acres, farmland not planted because of the flooding so bad, historic flooding. How about this stuff works so well? Where's Brexit? Funny how we got these two big deals going on right at the same time, right? Too. You got this trade deal with China, and then you got this deal with Brexit. Because wasn't that like 3 years ago now that they voted and they said, hey, we want to get out. We want to indeed Brexit. Wasn't that 3 years ago? Where is it? So if this system works, where's their Brexit? I don't care. And I don't care if it comes in Halloween like it's supposed to. I don't care what happens with this trade deal. That's not the point. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Where has it been? These guys have said for China and Trump for 2 years now. Brexit's been for 3. Where are these results? Why are we having to wait so long? The vote was done. Trump said the trade wars were easy to win. So why aren't these things done? I told you Friday there was no deal because there was nothing signed. 5 days later, They want to do some more talking before they. You can't make this up, man. It's funny. It's funny. So no matter what happens with impeachment, because it's right on time, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. They're talking about it. They're demanding for it, demanding it. It's front and center. It's a talk. It's buzzword, baby. So it doesn't matter. It's all. It's. I mean, and that's just this stuff. There's so much more important shit going on in the background. It's not even funny. But yeah, who cares? Because this is a joke. I saw this. Another round of talks before signing phase, because phase 1 deal was done. Don't you guys just think it's weird? I mean, no, I mean, and I love that this there's this talk of Hillary coming back, because that's great. Because I've always got this. Who cares? I'm not gonna say anything. And I would love, man, I just love to. Oh, I'd love her to come back, and then them two could have their debates again, and he'd be like, "Well, if I win, you're gonna be in jail." And I'd love to hear her say, "Well, if I win, then you're gonna be in jail." And just, oh, that'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? She's not in jail, is she? And now there are even talks of them running against each other again. She's not in jail. Mexico's not paying for the wall. And in fact, I heard all that border wall construction stuff has stopped. Doesn't even matter. I mean, that was a joke in itself too. The wall. You can go right around it, just like the Mongolians did and destroyed China. That was the Great Wall. This is a wall. So if they figured out how to go around the Great Wall, I think they're going to figure out how to go around a border wall. I just don't get it, man, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. See, you see, this is true story. Greg Manarino, right? I think that guy's channel is great. I think he's seriously like the only honest economic guy out here. Been watching, and I've been watching Greg for literally years, like probably since 2012, 2013. Watching him forever. The guy has just, that guy's been the same dude for 6-7 years running now. I think he's a great source of information. He had a video, he was doing this, actually something similar to this, was talking about this trade deal and how it hasn't happened and how it's a bunch of bullshit whenever they came out Friday and said that it was a trade deal. And he said, no, there's nothing. All there is just talks. It's nothing. That video is thumbed 40 thumbs down. The guy wasn't saying anything wrong. He was not saying anything that wasn't correct. He said they said there was a deal. There was no deal. 40 thumbs down. That's what I'm saying. Like I have come to realize that it just doesn't matter. It's got nothing to do with right and wrong. It's just how it makes you feel. Because there's no reason why this guy should be taken seriously. I just don't understand it. Any of it should be taken seriously. There's no reason and besides, the stock market, the fact that it went up by several hundred points, it's hopium. It goes to show there's nothing. All it is are tweets and just bullshit fueling these rallies. It's all nonsense, everyone. And I can't help it. I can't help it just because this is like the only place, my ranting and outlet for this stuff, because I have a hard time watching this shit. Everything is rigged. I have family and people that are still wrapped up in these sports, and it's unbelievable because it's like, yo, these games are rigged. And they look at you like you're crazy. That can't be right. All that's such nonsense. I'll prove it to you. The stock market's not being allowed to correct a fair value. There is literally, this is a fact, I've shown you, fact. There are literally now over $100 billion a month that's being pumped into this shit, the banks and the stock market included, by the Federal Reserve to keep it afloat, which means it's not being allowed to correct to fair value. It's not being allowed to do its thing. It's being artificially propped up and pumped up by Federal Reserve money. The banks of the banksters of the world, if you will. And these sports teams, as well as everything else, well, it doesn't even matter whether it's a 401k, pension, everything is wrapped up. Sports teams have stocks, they have owners, they have stocks in the stock market, and so it's all wrapped up in the same rigged game. If you are a precious metals owner, you have just witnessed price manipulation in real time. that silver was breaking. It was back up to like $19. People, it's funny because now all of a sudden these people been big cheerleaders for cryptocurrencies. Been doing nothing but talk about that shit for 3 years while they're not talking about silver. You know, like the one thing that's been, well, not just the one thing, but you know what I mean. Something that's been around a hell of a lot longer than this cryptocurrencies is. Ain't said shit about that. But then once it started performing real well and almost, it's like did break like $19 the first time in like 3-4 years. Then he had all these videos talking about silver and how well it's doing. Yeah. And then what happened right after that? Oh, repo operations. Oh, we're bailing out the banks. Oh, quantitative easing 4. Now it's back down to like 17 and some change, and it's going to probably continue to drop. So there you go. As it was gaining in value, all that money came in the stock market, and there goes the price smashed right back down again. All that's a true story. But I know that nobody cares. Because apparently they want to be led astray because I have been leading you in the correct direction all year long. At least with this. I'm not saying I'm right about everything. I don't know. Was there a solar flare last month? No, there wasn't. Did anything happen with Cassini when it was thrown into Saturn? No, it didn't. I'm not going to be right all the time. And even if I was, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Because people just don't like where I'm coming from. Which I don't understand why. Believe in our family, our mother, our father, our brother. Love yourself, love another. Be charitable. Do unto others as you have them do unto you. All that shit. I mean, I don't understand what the problem is, everyone. How could I be doing this stuff? How could I, and I'm showing you in real time, I know what I'm talking about. How could I be wrong about, how could I be right about this stuff? How could I tell you shit that these guys that you're seeing on the screen here are lying to you about? How can I be telling you the truth if I'm and having this shit come, like you can see it. I'm showing it to you. I'm showing you videos from years ago, me telling you this shit was going to happen when it has. How could I be so right about this shit if I was so jacked up and was this real bad evil guy? Man, these are the things I've done in the last 7 years. I started flossing. You know how hard that is? One of the best comedians in the world, Mitch Hedberg, God rest his soul. And because in your wisdom, Lord, you took him. Like you took so many young, bright, flowering young men from Quezon, Londoc, and Hill 364. But you say, you know how hard it is to start flossing? As hard as it is to quit smoking. I started flossing, exercising, going to the gym 3 days a week. Cut out all fast food. No caffeine. No coffee. Well, excuse me. I do about a 12-pack of soda a year, if that. Other than that, it's water, which, it's fluoridated. Well, fine. It doesn't matter what I say anyway. Quit drinking alcohol. I haven't had a drop of alcohol in over 3 years, and I am an alcoholic. Quit that 3 years. Haven't had a drop. I have no desire to go back to it. So I don't understand how I could do all these things. I'm writing my own music, creating, learning. I'm building. We built a studio in our basement, releasing music, recording original music, playing multiple instruments. If I'm such a bad, dark guy, how could I possibly have the strength and the creative vision to do these things? How would I, if I'm an alcoholic, how would I have the strength to quit drinking? No, I'm on no medication. Everything on me, I'm 38 years old and everything on me works great. I have no bad shoulders, no bad knees, none of that shit. So I don't understand how I could be this terrible bad guy when I have all these things. I don't know how I could have the strength to do this shit and be right and have the health that I have and have the talents that I have and to do what I do and have done what I've done. But I've learned that it doesn't mean a lot. It really doesn't. Because apparently, I mean, man, it's amazing. It's just amazing. So yeah, there you go. Told you there wasn't any deal. Oh, they were just jawboning because there was nothing in writing. There it is again. Who cares about it? Doesn't matter. All right, see ya.